Hey guys, this was a story that I wrote 5 years ago. I always told myself that when I was ready, I was going to elaborate into something much longer. When I first came up with this idea, it was supposed to be Victorian, old fashioned, the wigs with big dresses, carriages, and horses, even Old English. But instead, I decided to go into another direction. I chose to put a lot of my Cuban roots into this and chose to make the story Spanglish. I'm really pleased with the choices I made. Well, here it is. Ana y las Tres, Episode 2, Vivir para Trabajar. So now that Anna and her mother are working together in a cleaning business they started when they moved from Cuba to Miami, they are really getting situated and the business is evolving. However, Anna is doing this simply to make the money. If it was up to her, she'd go back to college. In the beginning of this episode, Anna is going over the chart for the week. This was a foreshadowing moment to her future. Since her mother was out sick, she was taking over today. She did a few tweets to who was going to do what. To cover more ground, she made a few adjustments. So she's in a trailer discussing over the new changes with the employees in a meeting. Anna is actually more organized and ambitious than her mother. Instead of having two workers for one house, she had one for each so they could get more done. In this episode, I decided to add more characters. There's Tina, the problematic employee that not only has a criminal record for stealing, but also is bitching about every change that occurs. Vanessa, Anna's coworker, but also a good friend, and it's sometimes difficult to separate both of them. Maria, the ballsy one that speaks her mind whenever she wants, and Hector, the sassy one that brings some spice and diversity into the mix. Anna really only has issues with Tina. She doesn't like the changes she's done and continues to give her a hard time. But Anna basically says this is how it's done and it's just for today. Take it up to her mom tomorrow. You like. This story is drama. There's a lot of intense moments, so I decided to do this episode to include a lot of humor to lighten it up. The shadiness to all employees throw at each other. After Anna finishes talking, Vanessa comes up to her and says happy birthday. This was very important because I wanted the readers to understand that by Anna missing her own birthday, it just shows you how serious she is about the things that she does. Maria, Hector, and even Vanessa are already planning a night out with her, but she's completely shuts them down. Sounds like fun, but I have a lot of work to do, especially if my mother doesn't get better by tomorrow. You guys really should get to work now. As Hector and Maria walk away, Vanessa stays with her friend to give her a little pep talk, taking life so serious, and even offered her to hook her up with one of her guy friends. While Anna says, I don't have time for a relationship, and that's exactly what Vanessa's fearing for her, regretting all the things she's missing out on life. Anna says, thank you for the talk, but you two should get to work. I don't want them to think I'm giving you special treatment. The phone started to ring. Vanessa picked it up. It was the hospital. Apparently, Lucia was in an accident. Anna grabbed her purse and told them she'd be right there. Vanessa told her she could borrow her car. When she gets to the hospital, you see that the relationship between mother and daughter has changed a little bit, but there are still some issues at hand. Anna told her mother, why wouldn't you just stay in bed like I told you to? Why were you driving? You're sick. Apparently, she got into an accident because she wanted to get the soup from a restaurant Maria told her about. Lucia could tell that her daughter is stressed from everything, but Anna is not really making it any easier, throwing things in her face. When the doctor walks into the room, there's a change in mood. There's even some physical attraction between Gabriel and Anna. He asked Anna if he could talk to her outside, and this is when he reveals to her that the accident didn't cause any damage. However, she does have a tiny tumor in her brain, and that's why she's been getting all these headaches. Unfortunately, it's grown rapidly, and she only has a few months left. Stay tuned for the next episode.